5 reasons Arjuna had no reason to fear at Kurukshetra by Krishna's mercy. Atvyavasthitan drishtva Dhritarashtran kapidhvaja pravritte shastra sampate dhanur udyamya pandava Hrishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate. You are to, O king. At that time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, who was seated in his chariot, his flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows, looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra. O king, Arjuna then spoke to Hrishikesha, Krishna, these words. Bhagavad-gita 1:20. 1. We are not the body. This was at the heart of the matter, of the dilemma that manifested suddenly. Otherwise, Arjuna, the famed warrior of the Pandava clan, was known for his affiliation with the Arya culture. He understood the progressive values of life. The very first teaching within such a culture is the distinction between body and spirit. This is such an important distinction to understand that it bears emphasis, re-emphasis, and daily contemplation. This is because the visuals give a different understanding. On the outside, we see the body. This is how we identify a person. We judge happiness and distress on the basis of the body. When the end approaches, when a beloved family member is near death, it is cripplingly painful to watch the deterioration to the body. There could be an infection that rapidly spreads, and the doctors raise their arms in resignation. There is nothing that can be done to save the patient. The rest have to simply sit by and wait. They can watch as well. The terrifying visual applies to the body only. We feel the pain of the departing person, but this is always a temporary matter. The spirit soul can never be killed. It is simply not possible, and therefore Arjuna had no reason for concern over what was set to take place on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where thousands of soldiers were assembled, ready to commence military hostilities. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन नयम भूत्वा भविता वा न भूय अजो नित्य शाश्वतो यम पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Quote, for the soul there is never birth nor death, nor, having once been, does he ever cease to be. He is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, undying and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 2:20. 2. Destiny is already fulfilled. This is another aspect of the life experience that is impossible to detect. Perhaps through consulting an astrologer or someone advanced in mysticism, we can gain insight into future events, but there is already so much taking place. Time operates within the material realm, and the impact manifests within Prakriti, which is the material nature. Arjuna had concern over what would happen as a result of the war. The family members of the slain soldiers, the continuation of family tradition, the risk of mixing of the different occupational groups, Varna Sankara. Would society not descend into utter chaos? Arjuna's opinion on the matter had no bearing on the impact. Destiny was already set. Arjuna could be but an instrument of the divine will, who was overseeing the entire affair. The Supreme Lord oversees all affairs indeed, and so what power does any individual actually wield? Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labhasva, jitva shatrun bhunkshva rajyam samriddham, mayevaite nihattah purvam, eva nimitta matram bhav savyasachin. Quote, therefore get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachin, can be but an instrument in the fight. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 11:33. 3. He had Krishna there to guide him. Why should Arjuna worry when Krishna was right there, seated on the same chariot, nearby enough to consult? Krishna transitioned to the role of guru. He is the original spiritual master, in fact. He is the Adiguru. Though he will often reference Shastra and the opinion of wise saints, as a matter of etiquette, Krishna is always at the origin of the entire culture of religion, which is timeless, Sanatan Dharma. If Arjuna was afraid, he could approach Krishna. He might be mocked for a display of ignorance. These would be harmless words from someone who cared about him. Krishna would answer the questions. He would resolve any doubts. Arjuna could then deliberate on what he heard. Itite jnanam akyatam, guhyad guhyataram maya, vimrishyetad asheshena, yatechasi tatha kuru. Quote, Thus I have explained to you the most confidential of all knowledge. Deliberate on this fully, and then do what you wish to do. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 18:63. 4. He had Krishna there to steer the chariot. As far as the granular details of the military conflict, Arjuna could rely on his own ability. This would be augmented by the expert guidance of Krishna at the helm. Krishna was steering the chariot after all. What could really go wrong? How could there be any defects from the one who has his eyes and ears everywhere? Sarvataha parni padam tat, sarvato yakshi shiro mukham, sarvataha shrutimal loke, sarvam avritya tishtati. Quote, Everywhere are his hands and legs, his eyes and faces, and he hears everything. In this way, the supersoul exists. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 13:14. 5. He had the flag of Hanuman. If any apprehension lingered, one look at the flag flying boldly from the chariot should dispel any cause for concern. Sri Hanuman kindly agreed to be present for the conflict, close to Arjuna through the image on a flag. With Hanuman there is always victory. We may not be able to see it. The subtleties may be lost upon us, but that greatest devotee of Sri Rama is both a pillar of strength and a well-wisher for those aligned with Dharma. In closing, on same chariot near, what reason to fear? Ready there to guide, all issues can confide. Then with directions clear, in conflict to steer. With Krishna's all-pervading eye and flag of Hanuman to fly.